tlile ntlong ya hao ona jwale romela moya wa hao ona jwale modimo wa ka dipelong tsa rona o re ame hona jwale modimo wa ka etsa phetho ona jwale re tlile mona modimo wa ka hobane re tlo bona letsatsi le leholo ka sheko modimo wa ka etsa phetho hobane re tshepile wena ona jwale modimo wa ka ba tlile ba imetse modimo wa ka ba bontshetsile ba kgantshetse modimo wa ka mesebetsing ya bona hona jwale ba kgantshetse modimo wa ka ba hlonofatse ba fe matla ka nako tsohle hobane re mona tsatsing la ka sheko ka wena modimo wa ka o hlonofatse ba tsa le bonang letsatsing la ka sheko in Jesus name amen.
Thank you. I think I'll attend this church. You see, it's very active, ne? Very active pastor. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to test Nontobego's voice because last week I was embarrassed. I went to the event, and after the event, instead of people talking about the event, they were talking about the voice of the program director. And I wanted to do something over the weekend so that my voice can also be as good as that one of the former program director. But unfortunately, Ntobe, I take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to acknowledge the presence of the MEC. MEC, you are not alone today. All your marshals are here. We are led by the DDG, Advocate Alison Bankston. We have your chief directors here. You have got your district directors here, your DCSCs, officials from the districts, officials from head office. They are here because they understand what it means to be part of this event, because this is not just an event, but it is history in the making. It is something that ensures that going forward, no learner that is in Gauteng at least goes out of our schools without any skill. So these are schools of specialization, they want to harness the talent that our young learners possess. And MEC, as you took over, you did indicate that your focus, in as much as you want 90%, but skills development and youth development is your passion. And what you've been doing so far is testimony to that. So I want to welcome you and ensure that what you're going to observe today might be different from any other event that you have seen in the past 26 launches. Today we're launching launch number 27. This is school 27 of the 36. But I think the MEC will be telling you more about this program so that when you leave here, you understand what we mean as Gauteng Department of Education when we're saying skills revolution is part of our agenda. Skill revolution runs in our blood, and will ensure that we are safe in this particular province. All our corridors, as you know, we've got 5 corridors. In each corridor, we have got a school that focuses on the economy of that particular corridor. That is why all these schools are spread in such a way that no corridor in our province is left behind. So without wasting time, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to officially welcome and ask the mayor, executive mayor of this area, Emfuleni, just to come to the podium and welcome us officially in this region, so that as we do whatever we do, we know exactly the do's and don'ts in this particular area. But I'm hoping that he's also going to introduce his delegation, because MEC who are fully supported, unlike in other areas. I'm told we've got 3 ward councillors, including the executive mayor, that are here to support this particular program. So without wasting time, may we allow Ubawhatebe to come to the podium. And as he does this, can we give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Ubawhatebe, Sibonda Sendao.
Thank you very much, Program Director. In fact, both Program Directors, thank you very much for the opportunity, and greetings to both of you. Greetings to the Honorable MEC who's here with us. All the dignitaries that are here, allow me to greet you this morning in the beautiful name of Emfuleni Local Municipality. Halala Emfuleni halala. Halala Nteo halala. Mine is very simple. It is just to welcome everybody that is here officially. And MEC, as I welcome you, I want to take this moment to also thank you. This is the second time we are opening such a school here in the Val or here in Emfuleni. I was with you last year when we were opening Santa Te Mulifi Olifant. It was the MEC himself. And even today, you are still here. And we are highly honored as the people of and the community of Emfuleni. Amongst the dignitaries that I'm with, ki makanselara, ki wabonang amabedi, I'm told the third one might also come before we end up with the program. But let me introduce the ward councillor, Usbonda Walapekai. He's the one who was supposed to be standing here, not me, because isakamuzi angithi Usbonda. Kintate phala, njanyana phala, ngicela ukuthi asukume. Thank you. And then next to him, we are having Ntate Sifatsa, Councillor Sifatsa. He is a councillor, a nearby councillor, Ward 22, Ward 11. Thank you. And next to him, I see another Ntate Sifatsa, but I'm not going to introduce him. But we really appreciate Moko and Ntate Sifatsa. We know many a times where we are, you are always there to make it a point that you cover everything that is happening around Emfuleni so that the people of Emfuleni must know what is it that we are doing. So this school that we are opening today, MEC, with the briefings that we received when we were in the room, it was established in 1992. And not far from where we are, in the very same year, 1992, a tragedy happened to the people of Bipato. And today, as we are celebrating and opening up the school, we are also giving hope to the people that were brutally murdered, and some of them survived. I'm told Abanye Babo, they are here with us today. They came to embrace this because we cannot live in pain forever. Life must go on. Life must continue. And today, as we are celebrating this, we want to say to the people of Bipato, take care of the school. Rekopale sihlokomele. Sicela nisinakekele lesikolo lesi. Please take care of. This is a wonderful property that can never be donated or given to anyone, because through this program, through this school, a lot of people shall benefit. We as the community of Emfuleni, we will also benefit, because when you look at Emfuleni as a municipality, one of its core functions, it is on the hospitality. Because of the nature that we are having, the resource that we have, this is the only place where you'll find that there is a Val River. And that Val River on its own, it is bringing a wonderful economy and opportunities to the people of the Val. So we know that the learners about Pumalapa, after La, you'll be going to other institutions of higher learning. There's Northwest University, there's Val Technicon, Val University, VUT. So they are also around in here. And we also have some TVET colleges that we have formulated partnerships with as the Emfuleni local municipality. Definitely, I will be very much happy. The grade 12s, Abakon, one of the things that we are doing in Emfuleni, every year we issue out a mayoral bazaar. It will be an honor for me when we look at those who are beneficiaries next year, that there should be some of the learners that are coming from Nteo who will be continuing with the wonderful work that we are doing. That specialization, it is in our heart, because we have an LED department, a local economic department there at Emfuleni. So we want you to come in, not only as learners, but as people that will be coming in and sharing the information that we have taken in here. One learner that I was listening outside, she was saying, ho tla bana le nako mo re tlo ithutang re etse le dirisepe tse ntjha le mefuta e metjha ya dijo. We want to see it yenzakala kuphi khona la. The hospitality that we are envisaging to build around the community of the Val, we want Nteo to be one of the beneficiaries to that program. So ngalawo mazula wa mafishane, I'm welcoming everybody. The chairperson of the SGP, thank you very much. You finally made it reliable and that. Ki skolo sa house na. MEC kana kwe right utlo sefawen. And one of the things that enticed me inside, I'm told, and the MEC was also told, that the school has envisaged to have 95% of AMA results at the end of the year. We are looking forward towards that. We want to come back again next year, January principal. And to the grade 12s, we said we have done the best into the school. So, and then Kitowe, and as I will be descending, MEC, on the 28th, we are having a council sitting here at Emfuleni, a very important one. So today there are a lot of meetings that we are having. There will be a caucus meeting, there will be a PMT, there will be a WIPAR that we needed to go and attend. So kitlokupa orkana ko so bona se release you and the councillors, because libona ki the members of WIPAR, please accept that we went to something. We don't undermine what we are doing here, but in fact we fully support and we are behind you all the way. Thank you very much. Program directors.
No, I think the executive mayor we know about the Emfuleni now. He knows about the education, he knows everything. So we can assure you, the school will get 100%, not even 95%. And please invite us when you award those learners with those bursaries. We'll be here to come and support you as well. Thank you so much for those wonderful words. And I think all of us feel very welcome from now. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we also want to acknowledge the presence, and I always see him everywhere, MEC. Ndatimuli Fund is forever here. And we can tell that his passion is still with education. We are welcome that. And thank you so much for ever supporting all our programs. MEC, we also have the representative from the Nteo family. They are here. That is going to also be coming to the podium just to give us a word of a message of support. But also we have the representative from the main sponsor, which is the hotel. What's this hotel? Riverside, yeah, Riverside Hotel. That are here as well, just to give us that message of support. So without wasting time, I want to ask my director to come and introduce the next item. Ladies and gentlemen, we're mindful of the water challenges and also electricity challenges. I'm told there's load shedding at 12, but I think there's proper arrangements that has been made for that. So if that happens, please relax, we are going to take care of that. As for water challenges, you have got a problem, please indicate to us, we'll be able to assist you in the best way we can. Over to you, my program director.
Well, if this is just the beginning, then I can't even imagine what other surprises await us throughout this event. But this event wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for our incredible sponsors. They have played a very vital role in fostering growth, progress, and success in our school. Without any further ado, please allow me to call upon Mr. Taku Burekwe from the Riverside Sun Hotel to give his messages of support. Please give him a round of applause.
MEC and your delegation, principal, all esteemed guests, Tate Molefe, all protocol observed. Dumelang, Salbonani. My name is Taku. I'm the general manager of the hotel that you support so much. And I've come with about 4 or 5 of my team members that are sitting over there. Mine won't be very long. It's pretty short. In fact, I must say I feel very privileged, honored to be part of the journey of the beautiful students that we have here. Because besides the material support that can be given to any institution, I think material is important, but the heart is what really matters. So when we were approached by Mantutang, who is extremely hardworking under the guidance of our principal sitting right in front, I jumped on behalf of our company, on behalf of our organization, Southern Sun. We jumped onto the opportunity to become part and parcel of what's happening in this community. In fact, I must put it this way, that beyond speeches and all that kind of stuff, my take really is that there's a lot of social ills that happen in many communities, right? There's crime, there's unemployment, there's a lot of things. And we are also sort of tired of taking a back seat and reading, watching, contemplating, checking what's happening. And we have decided to take an active step to doing the little that we can in terms of making a change. And that's really basically, that's how we have come into contributing with the little that we can. But most importantly, when we spoke to the school, I say this is an honor for us as a hotel to provide support and familiarization tours at an elementary stage for varsities, for the students that are here, so that by the time they leave the school, they've got a bit of exposure. And besides, for me, it's also critical that this hotel is built in this beautiful place, and what a pleasure to ensure that the local people have exposure, real exposure to such a product. And I think through this program and this partnership, the students will also feel comfortable embracing, excelling, and being superstars, and like the speaker said here, and being amazing hosts of this very critical part of the province. So the things that we have done in short is, or that we intend doing going forward, is material support that we intend giving to the school, is the familiarization tours that I've just spoken about that we have done, or that we will continue to do with the students, where they come in for 2 hours, 3 hours, go through to the HODs, understand how each department works, have that picture, that visual picture of what they are studying. I mean, it's amazing. For example, when you come into a hotel or a lodge, you see the stars that are written on or that are in the front of the hotel. They should understand what that is, the star grading. So when they read, it's easier to conceptualize what it means. And of course, we also have a lot of people that have come, local people that have come from this area, who, when we come to the school, give, should I say, institutional messages, advice to the students. And I think we also underplay and underestimate the power that when we have our local people here succeeding, what it means to the students, the possibilities that are connected to the fact that when they are sitting in class, when they do well, when they study well, when they are orderly and they go to varsity, they can also do what we have done and better. So once again, I want to thank the principal and his team for having afforded us the opportunity to be part and parcel of the school. I mean, I was touched when I saw the students come through to the school, and one of my staff members said, but hold on a second, when I was at school, we had a challenge, and how about if, as a month of September, if us as students, sorry, not students, I've gone way past my sell-by date, I wish. But how about us as staff members in the month of September? The hotel will do what it does, the organization will do what it does, but we want to dig deep into our pockets and buy sanitary pads for the students. So I must say, I'm very humbled by the fact that I think in 2 weeks, my team members bought, I think, 600 packs of sanitary pads. The first batch has been distributed already, and the other will be distributed as we go. And there is many avenues that we will use going forward. And let me close by saying, I think it's also important for you as the stakeholders to understand that when you support the hotel, when you support a lot of other hotels, we are trying to position ourselves as a responsible business that doesn't think only about our pockets. We get the support and we plow back to the community. So we're also looking forward to a lot more support. And let me take this opportunity to say, all the local people that are here and people that come from afar, the hotel is yours. Please come through. I forgot to bring my business cards, but I'm very privileged to manage people that are more intelligent than I am. They are sitting in there. Please, it's your product. Make use of it. And with a lot of more support, we'll be able to support this school and many others. Once again, thank you very much. Appreciate
it. Thank you so much. You see, I was about to charge you for it's mileage pay. We need to charge. But I think I need to remind you something. Excuse me, sir. Yeah, just the people take your seat. I need to remind you something. You see, when you address teachers and you are coming from the hotels and stuff, never forget to tell us about specials that you have and how we're going to benefit from those specials. So you can't leave here without telling us the 50% because we're closing Friday, so we want to know how we're planning about. So please don't forget that. To introduce our next item.
In our school midst, we are very honored to have two learners who define themselves as adventurous and determined. These two learners are about to enlighten us on speeches on entrepreneurship and tourism. Our first speaker is Goodness Koza, who's going to enlighten us on a speech on tourism. Ladies and gentlemen, please give her a round of applause.
Expectations, for it is through calculated risks that we unlock new horizons, paving our way for innovation and success. It is a world of endless possibilities. However, the ability to understand that without taking risks, we are limiting our potential, for greatness is not for many of us. It is the greatest honor that the area I live in is one of the few in South Africa to contribute to the country's tourism and hospitality. Who would have thought that the dusty roads of the Vaal would offer a variety of tourist attracts, recreational centers, and B&Bs? The primary driving force for most new inventions is a need, and it was identified by our locals, who ensured that they would act upon developing and upgrading the general standards of living. Vaal is used to attract tourists with houseboat cruises, river rafting, camping, hotels, and guest. For an extraordinary food stalls, live music, and river cruises, we have Stone Heaven. Riverside Sun continues to highlight and expand the Vaal to reach for greater heights. We have many more tourism sites, such as Chiloane Spa, Vaal Marina Guest House, Golden Highway Guest House, and Express. Sidibeng also has a strong struggle history that has molded the people of the Vaal, and it was ensured that it would never be erased by and Sharpeville commemorations. In Sharpeville and Boipatong, monuments were established, honoring the lives of those who suffered and died. One of the most prominent decisions and inspirations that our school took an act, building our own museum. For history is not the past, but a map of the past drawn from a particular point of view to help the modern travelers. The opportunity of being a school of specialization has and will continue to enable us to maximize our potential, as well as the evolution of our society as a whole. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, goodness. Our speaker has truly ignited our desire to explore new horizons. So go ahead and start planning your next adventure, because life is too short to stay grounded. Bon voyage. Our next speaker is going to enlighten us on a speech on entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Nteo SoS.
Greetings to all. My name is Nteo SoS, a grade 9 learner here at Nteo Commerce and Entrepreneurship School of Specialization with focus on tourism and hospitality. And today, as I stand before you all, I'm going to present a speech about entrepreneurship. A wise man once said, "You can't predict the future, then create it." However, some people choose to ignore this fact and would rather support someone else's vision. We all know that you need more than just a brilliant idea to become a successful entrepreneur. The greatness of your idea can be detected by the resources and the knowledge needed to execute it properly. Education is indeed powerful, but in entrepreneurship, in order to be prominent, it takes a lot of experience and knowledge. Entrepreneurship is filled with unexpected failures and potholes, but maintaining a high level of creativity and motivation while managing these roadblocks can be enabled by a team process. The most noticeable fact is that entrepreneurship is highly risky, as it serves to improve economical wealth, growth, and innovation. In conclusion, I would like to say, most entrepreneurs fail because they start out seeking profit instead of advancing their passion. So, cast a stone across the water to create many ripples by being the change you want to see. I thank you.
Thank you, Nteo. I have to say, listening to that speech made me realize that being an entrepreneur is not for the faint-hearted. It takes guts, determination, and a whole lot of caffeine. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, make sure you invest in that good coffee machine. Next up, we have experts who call themselves the visionaries. They are about to take on the stage and ignite some serious brain power. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give a warm welcome to our panel discussion team.
Thank you.
Thank you, my program director. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to acknowledge the MEC of Education. Thank you for gracing us with your presence and your entourage. My name is Mokgoro Tabile, and I'm the anchor for the panel discussion. Now, before we go to the news of the day, before we go deep into our topic, let me please allow my panelists, or rather the visionaries, to introduce themselves and briefly give us a small explanation of who they are.
My name is Kimberly Koza, a grade 9 learner. I describe myself as a person who immerses themselves in imagination and fantasy, and yet stay grounded enough to turn my daydreams into reality.
My name is Zonela Mananga, a grade 9 learner. I'm a passionate learner who is eager to make out the goods, who is eager to be confident, and I believe that with determination and hard work, anything is possible.
And I am Dino Wekezi, a grade 8 learner. I would characterize myself as hardworking, confident, and determined to my role.
I am Bokamusama, grade 9 learner, and I would portray myself as an introvert. I am not shy, I'm a noticer, a reserved and a thoughtful individual.
My name is Bushe Penelope Selemfem, and I'm currently in grade 9. I describe myself as a very determined person and with flow in everything. In a very good state of mind, I'm able to focus with my everything.
And I'm Sbusisa Mofokeng, a grade 10 learner. I would describe myself as the color yellow, reason being that this color brings joy, creativity, and light to my heart.
I rasibua skhwa jet. A le maka. Rasibua skhwa. Ke go ba pele matso ape. Now, before we officially get to the news, I would first like to say welcome to Nteo Commerce and Entrepreneurship School of Specialization with focus on tourism and hospitality. Even though it's long to say, but we'll get used to saying it. Now, it's an honor and a privilege to be standing before you today as the host on a deep and adventurous topic. Today, myself and along with my panelists, we'll be looking at commerce subjects and how they can equip learners with the necessary skills needed not only to start but to run successful businesses. We will also highlight the impact of the fourth industrial revolution on businesses and see how it has contributed to loss of jobs financially. Now, my first question aimed to you, Kimberly. Can you please enlighten us and differentiate for us the difference between commerce and e-commerce?
Traditional commerce refers to the commercial exchange of information, buying and selling products from a person without using the internet, which you can all agree is an older method of doing business. Nowadays, people are no longer interested in this business style as it is time consuming. An example of this would be you physically going to a nearby tuck shop to buy your favorite pack of chips. This is what we consider the physical way of doing business. On the other hand, we have e-commerce. E-commerce refers to the commercial transaction, buying and selling products from a person with the help of the internet, which is a newer concept of business. Mind you, this is the 21st century and people are no longer interested in things that require them to leave the comfort of their own homes. And examples of this would be your Airbnbs on your online shopping sites such as Shein, Shein, and Uber Eats. And I'd also like to add that research shows that by the year 2026, 24% of retail purchases are expected to be done online. Therefore, it is clear that turning your business into an e-commerce venture is a great long-term investment. Thank you.
Now, thank you for that. Now, in my mind, I thought buying and selling products online was called trading, but now comes the name e-commerce. It is true indeed that every day we do learn something new. I thought it was called trading, but our brother Sibusiso will be explaining us a bit later on what is forex trading. Now, Yonela, as we focus on commerce, can you please tell us what subjects are available in commerce and what is the importance of these content subjects?
Well, there are various subjects that fall under commerce, but just to mention a few, we have accounting, economics, and business studies. Commerce education equips learners with the specialized skills that come useful in tackling problems in several functional areas of commerce. There is more to this field than just mastering the art of doing business. In fact, it keeps students abreast with the corporate culture. A true understanding of how money works doesn't come overnight. It takes time. Therefore, commercial subjects offer us knowledge about business, finance, account, and economics in a detailed manner and help you apply it in the real world. To make it more simple, people who have specialized in commerce have high chances of successfully running a business. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Ionela. Now, before I go to the next question, I would like to ask my audience, do you think all of you can become entrepreneurs? Do you think you can open a business? Okay, let's hear from our expert, Nteo. So, Nteo, as Ionela said, that a person who specializes in commerce is more likely to run a successful business. So, what is an entrepreneur and what are the core skills that I, alongside with my audience, need in order to become a successful entrepreneur?
Well, according to Google, an entrepreneur is someone who has an idea or who creates a product or service that people will buy in order to make a profit, as well as the organization to support that effort. For example, we have ArcelorMittal and local businesses such as tuck shops, hair salons, internet cafes, car washes, and many more. I would simply define an entrepreneur as someone who jumps off a cliff and builds a plane on the way down. Crazy, right? There are various entrepreneurial skills needed in order to successfully run a business. However, the most important one has to be creativity and critical thinking. These two skills play a vital role in building and expanding the business. With a critical and creative mind, a person is able to make informed decisions, solve problems, and look at the issues from various angles, consider alternative perspectives, and come up with an original idea. Therefore, being an entrepreneur requires an individual with relevant skills and knowledge to successfully run a business. Thank you.
Now, adding on what Nteo said, did you know that entrepreneurs, or rather entrepreneurship, contributes about 39% to the country's GDP? And 39% of those businesses are small, medium enterprises. So GDP is basically the quantity of all the services and goods produced in a country over a specific time period. So as we have seen the impact of the fourth industrial revolution, we saw new technology, new inventions and innovations being created, especially the popular one, AI. AI, we can Siri, Selena. Those are the popular ones for iPhone and Samsung. So, Bukamuso, how can, because we know that the fourth industrial revolution has contributed to people losing their jobs, so how can entrepreneurs use these innovations while preserving the jobs of their employees?
There are some strategies entrepreneurs can implement, or rather say suggest. The first one is entrepreneurship. They need to consider developing entrepreneurial skills to create new job opportunities for themselves or explore freelance work, emerging industries related to AI technology, implementation or maintenance. They also need to become experts in areas where human judgment is crucial. And the second one is specialization. They need to consider developing a deep understanding of a specific field that requires specialized knowledge, which AI cannot easily replicate. By that said, entrepreneurs need to consider adopting those approaches so they can tag innovations and technology in such ways that can create jobs and also create a win-win situation for both its workforce and its business. Thank you.
Now, thank you. Just to give a bit of clarification, because I saw when I said fourth industrial revolution, like people were amazed, were like, you know this new technology of iPhone, where you can talk to the phone and be like, Siri, open the phone, and it opens. Those are the new technologies that are being created. Moving on to my next question, as our school is focusing on tourism and hospitality, Buhle, can you please briefly explain to us what is tourism and hospitality?
Hospitality is a relationship of a host towards a guest, whereas the host receives the guest some amount of goodwill and welcome. In short, hospitality is extending a welcome to a traveler or offering a home away from home. Tourism is a social, cultural, and economic phenomenon which entails the movement of people to countries or places outside their usual environment for personal or business purposes. Tourism boosts the economy's revenue, creates thousands of jobs, and also develops the infrastructure of a country. Thank you.
Now, thank you. As I've said, that our school is focusing on tourism and hospitality. So we decided, why not make our school a hospitality and tourism hotspot? We have our own school restaurant where the food is prepared by learners, and the subject hospitality was introduced this year. And the current teacher for hospitality is Memola. Can please give Memola a round of applause, please? And we also have our tourism site, our museum. So folks, before leaving, can you please check them out? Now, Buhle, what tourism and hospitality hotspots are there in South Africa?
South Africa prides itself through its hospitality and tourism industries, which are divided into 4 categories, which are F&B, food and beverages, tourism, lodging, and recreation. As examples, the F&B category has restaurants and bars to quench one's thirst, and it's mouth-watering food. With that being said, on the other hand, tourism has mesmerizing history behind museums, the smell of nature, the satisfying waves of the Eddington Beach, wildlife resorts, and lodging varies. From hostels to hotels, we have it all. The leisure activities that refer to the recreational facilities that are sports, wellness, and entertainment. From the top of the Table Mountain to the grounds of the soccer fields, we have it all. Thank you.
Now, thank you for that, Buhle. Now, as I've said earlier on, that I thought e-commerce was called trading. Kanti I is not like that. So if you could just ease my confusion a bit, what is forex trading?
Well, thank you for that question, Mr. Mkhoro. Forex trading can be explained as a network of buyers and sellers who trade currency between each other at an agreed price. It is the means by which individuals, companies, and central banks convert one currency into another. And in this market, traders exchange currencies like US dollar, euro, or Japanese yen. And if you ever traveled abroad, then it is likely that you have made a forex transaction. Thank you.
As we know that everything has the good side and the bad side of it, can you please tell us a bit more about the disadvantages and advantages of trading?
There are several advantages and benefits of market, which means you can trade at any time, day or night. It is also a very liquid market, which means there is usually someone willing to buy or sell a currency at any given moment. This makes it easier to enter and exit trades quickly and with a minimal slippage. So while there are many advantages of forex trading, we also have some disadvantages to be aware of. One of the biggest disadvantages is involved. The forex market is highly unpredictable and prices can change rapidly. This means you could potentially lose a lot of money if you are not careful. Thank you.
Thank you, Asbosiso. And unfortunately, we have come to the end of the panel. But before I close it, can we please give them a big round of applause? Now we hope that which that has been said here will ignite a flame of entrepreneurship in each and every one of our learners to embark on their own entrepreneurial journey. We thank you.
Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. You know, when they started, I got scared because they were saying Kabu Yellow, and I was thinking Sundowns again. The 7, the Suns and the Hole. But also very interesting, you know, at grade 9, when I was doing business economics, it was business economics, there were 2 things that you needed to know for you to pass. The question does not change. 2 questions. You master those, you are fine at grade 9. The first one, what is a need? What is a want? You explain that, you are sorted. The next one, name the different kinds of transport or modes of transport. Sea, land, road, rail, sorted. You have your standard 9. But this is something different. Thank you so much to this wonderful team. Over to you.
After that thought-provoking discussion, I think we all deserve honorary degrees in BCom. So if you're interested, please make sure that I get your name and surname and I'll get that organized. Next up, we have Leonard who are about to entertain us on a drama performance to acknowledge those who suffered and died in the Patong massacre. Please give them a round of applause.
Whilst we're waiting for the drama to come on stage, the actors, we just want to sensitize you. After this item, we're going to have a message of support from the Nteo family. They can get ready. From there will be a rendition of a musical item from Kutlo Taru, secondary school. From there, it will be the opportunity for our MEC to address us. So let's get ready for those 3 items that are about to follow after.
government, they keep on killing our brothers and sisters. Like, friends, that's enough! I really want to give Mandela. I will find them. So I have something for you to fight back. With our box of match, we shall liberate this country. Family Gonzalez to family.
Okay, but how do you feel so far this tonight?
I'm well. Just that this baby is busy kicking and I want to rest. Come and feel it.
Busy kicking?
Yeah, Baba.
Let me prepare for you that we can rest.
Outside is too quiet. They used to patrol at night and listen to Ocean storm. Simon!
Love.
Don't leave me!
I know well, I'm going to go
Don't go back there, come back!
Tell someone I can fail.
No more Cadessa. We go straight to the polls to elect our first black president in this country, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Amanda!
Away to! Comrades, during my lifetime, I've dedicated myself to this purpose of the African people. I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I've terrorized the ideal of a democratic and free society which all persons live together with harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal for which I hope to live for and to achieve, but if need be, it is an ideal for which I'm prepared to die for. Amanda!
Away to!
Winnie Mandela! Ubabawe! He's on! He's on! Nelson Mandela! Ubabawe! He's on! He's on! Oliver Tambo! Ubabawe! He's on! He's on! Long live the spirit of the battle! Long live! Long live!
Thank you, guys. Talent has truly displayed itself here. So thank you very much for that. I'll now hand over to my co-program director to take us through the program.
Without wasting any more time, MEC, just for you to note that we are also being supported by members of SGP associations. I've seen some of them here, so that at least you know that they are here to support us. But at this point in time, to rent. A round of applause for Ndate Atamona.
Thank you, Mr. MC. I am, and with my sister here, Mrs. Putelezi. I feel honored to be here to start thanking our spheres of government. I'd like to start first with the national government, our minister, Mrs. Our minister there, under the leadership of our president. And further on, this was an idea given to them. Now it's a conception, it's a baby given to the province to go on with this strategy of getting our SOS, or School of Specialisation, in reality. Here, I also want to thank our MSc, Mr. Matome, Chiloane, with his entourage, and also to thank the school and all forms of organizations, the school body, and the community to be here. I'm speaking here on behalf of the Nteo family. Let me just go a bit detailed there. Who's Jet Nteo? Jet Nteo was my father. I'm the last born there. Just to mention a few things, which was young when he died, I was around 10 years. But I read a book called Nteo, if you know about that, in primary school. Then that book was read by him and Mr. Milwa, J. Milwa. And thereafter, he wrote a book called Tami. So as I've learned yesterday, that book now is read at Lesotho schools at the moment now. And again, my father wrote, actually he was the one who was an examiner of matric Sesotho, and a writer of poems. I feel ashamed, but I'm happy to hear, to see the opening or the venture, the delivery of SOC here in Sebokeng. I was not sure how we're going to manage this good transition, seeing that we are entrapped by the by a black elephant here, or white elephant, which is fourth industrial revolution. Now I can see that our government, the ANC, is on top, getting the top schools on place, on bar. This, I'm told, is the 27th delivery or occasion of the SOS. And as we are here today, I want to see this concept maturing, giving to the local community, SGP community. I wish that my father was alive to see this occasion and bless it. With those words, I want to say to you, my advice to see to happen, let's cherish the school, let's support. I'm one of them, including the mayor, everybody, political, to see this being a success. With those words, I thank you very much.
Re leboga haholo ba family ya Dade Nteo. Re tshepe hore molaetsa o utlwile. I think the MEC captured the words that you shared with us, Ntate, and we can promise you African languages are not going to die. And I think the books that were written in our schools, they will be used just to make sure that the legacy of Dade Nteo lives on. Thank you so much, and please do express same to our family. But I think Linda MEC Hatla Kopeli will also express same. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we normally want to warm up our MEC before he ascends the podium. So MEC, this is a different one. Just for you to, yesterday, just to round up what was happening yesterday in the weekend. So MEC, this is going to be a rendition from one of our schools called Taru. They're going to render one item. Then we're going to allow you to ascend the stage and address us. Thereafter, they will render another item. So I think, are you ready? This is a very special item. We just included it in the agenda, in the program. And these learners couldn't wait just to also demonstrate skills. And I'm hoping that whenever you have your party or celebrations, you can also hire them. You can hire them. I have all the details. I'm their manager. So all the payments go through my account, and then we see how we. I'm declaring. I get in the department. You must declare. So I'm declaring now. Before you. Are you ready?
Good afternoon, everyone. Standing in front of you is Uzandile Bongane. I'm representing the KT Jazz Band from Khutlotharo, a performing school of arts. We specialize in like art, drama, art, music, and everything that has to do with art. So we're about to just perform one item for you, one special item. I hope you enjoy it. Lesiduleng fati, lesiduleng fati, hari emeng kamautu, hari ruteng bana baruna, tuto kile sedi, kile sedi lari chaba, hari ruteng bana baruna. Iya iyo, iya iyo, ae. Iya iyo, ae. Lesiduleng fati, hari emeng kamautu, hari ruteng bana baruna, tuto kile sedi lari chaba, hari ruteng bana baruna.
Ndivumeleni ndithethe ngomfomkhulu kuthiwa ngowakwa Chiloane, kuthiwa Matome Chiloane Emfuleni. Ndivumele ndithi uyinkangalala engathonelwa langa. Wena ungugudla mathambeka entaba, uxeliha kwizono yetyeni. Inene ndithi kuwe namhlanje kuluvuyo nemincili, simina kumnyadala, inene kuza kwaziwana. Namhlanje amazinyo zinyandi intlaka likhala. Ndithi mandithi ram apho nalapho. Ngoba mnandi kula mkhosa, okhosa isikhosa, esinganawuze sikhoswe nangubani na, osibiza ngoba ngumkhosa. Ndilandoda edoda isidoda, esidelicious, esingenawudodwa nayiphi indoda esibizwa noba idoda. Ndithi kuni mayibe luvuyo, nani phakamani siphunge sisele, ntombi ezintle phenguzani, kuba ke nalukhwezi balibele ngamasi. Yazi akubanga kuhle ndakukubona usiza phaya, akubanga miyoli ndakukubona usiza phaya. Kwathi mandilile ndoyika abantwana, kwathi mandikhwaze ndaswela ilizwi, kwathi mandilile ndoyika abantwana. Ndeham iyo.
Yo, Bongi. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for MEC Matome Kopano Chiloane, MEC for Education and Youth Development in the province of Gauteng. MEC, over to you.
Thank you. Am I audible? It's better. No, the sound. This we must pay them half. So, you nearly disturbed a very, very beautiful song from our learners. I was very worried when she was singing. Kimame, very beautiful voice. And I thought, hey, you know, this sound here, it's a mistake. So at least she managed to finish the song. It really demonstrates the amount of talent that we have. We really need to give them a round of applause, Banabarona. Ke talente fela mo Gauteng. You know, when we say Gauteng is a melting pot, we mean it. There used to be a slogan, it all starts here. Do we still have it? That it all starts here. It all starts in our province. So thank you very much, program directors. Last week you were everything. DDG, he was everything last week. He was acting HOD, acting DDG, chief director, program director. He was in charge of this man last week. So today you've been stripped. Now you are a and our beautiful young lady, you are doing very well. You know, every time these co-program directors, they just encourage me. Future politician, I can sense a bit of politics in there. You must consider a career in politics. Yeah, it is a career, there's nothing wrong. The longest of time, they used to believe that leadership in government must be coincidental, and it's a problem. You know, it needs to be professional. A child must grow and say, I want to be a president. There's nothing wrong with that ambition. And then they develop themselves towards that particular direction. It's okay. We want those people to say that. Because we need leaders in our country. Sometimes there's a need, and we find ourselves struggling. So let me just do the protocols first of greeting the DDG, Ellison, and all the senior managers that are here, the chief director. The chief directors, I've got all today. All of them, they are here. The chief directors, there are 4. One is here, there's a second one. Third one, no, one is missing. Where's Tao? Oh, there's one missing. Yeah, no. But they are here. The district directors, I saw them. They are sitting this side. I can see them here, and all the chief directors in the department in supporting curriculum. The portfolio chair, Honorable Monyai, in absentia. He gave me an apology this morning that his wife is in hospital. That's why he's not here. But he does on our events. Last week he was here when we were in Ratana. Thank you. I better. I'm married. Okay. You will say this one. While he's still doing the MMCs and councillor, the honourable, the executive mayor rather, in absentia, he came and honoured and respected our program. And I must say, the executive mayor is always available. Executive Mayor Emfuleni, I can tell you, despite he's one councillor that every time the department calls, he responds. He's always there. Even last year when we were launching Dr. Oliphant, as I recognize you, Tate, I was not the MEC then. I don't know why he says I was the MEC. I was a shadow MEC. I was just acting in the space. Marankara nensikitsi bar no kluba MEC, but I was not the MEC. Correct, I was not the MEC at that time. I was a portfolio chair. But the then MEC, who was the premier, decided not to come and says, no, hey, go and act. So I was a chair acting MEC. Now I'm on the other side. I used to crack the whip. The unions, SATU, Nahau, Naptosa, NATU, COSATU, they are all recognized. The leadership present, the leadership of the African National Congress here in this region is recognized. The CEO of GD entities, we've got 2, I saw one. the CEO of Matthew Goniwe. Saibono, I've not seen him, but I'm sure there are representatives of Saibono here. Mr. Taku Burerwe, our main partner from Riverside, and other partners present. I used to, at least, maybe I might get discounts as well. I can't like to rest them. Just say me see 50%. He's correct, the program director. You know, in government, we don't get paid enough, so specials are important. You know, we literally collect coupons in shops. You know, they say 5% off, it goes a long way. Yeah, so if there are specials, please let us know. A representative of faith-based organization, ACPS, SGB, GD staff, learners, parents, principals from all our neighboring schools, as well as other SOS principals, I see them here. And our distinguished guests, to the family, the Nteo family, thank you very much for allowing us to use the name of your father. That don't only fund all other distinguished guests that I might miss, all protocol observed, are recognized. And also, the SEDA must recognize its victims as well as survivors of Bipato. I'm told there are two. They are present with us here today. The victims of the incident and the survivors. You're all recognized, and really it's an honor that you are here. You know, starting with the Bipato, you know, this massacre took place 17 June. The same year the school was launched. Officially opened in 1992, you know. And really it is an honor, you know, that the life of this school represents also the history, you know. It exists, coincides with the history of the area. You know, every time we launch specialization, the greatest emphasis is its historical representation. That what does this school represent? What is it to the community? Because the school emphasizes the life of the community. And this school talks to exactly that, what it is to this community of Bipato. So it is a great honor indeed that we decided to pick this school. Beyond it being a performing school, Principal, that there we recognize that you were performing. Marangaro Teua. So educators, the Maxidi Teua, and we can't Teua. We can't Teua. We can't go down. We must go up. So this year you said 95, now we'd say 100, because we don't aim to have a child fail. When we teach our children to pass. So this targeting of, say, 95%, or fail is among. Who's going to fail if you are saying 95%? Everyone must pass. That's our goal. In fact, it's our target. Every time from now on, DDJ, next year when we begin again, we're going to say 100% pass rate. Because that's what we want. You know, we want all our children to pass. That's our ultimate goal. So we want all your learners to go through. And it will really, really mark a celebration to this event that we have today. I'm told that you've been waiting for this for a long time, this opportunity to get us to where we are. To the family of Nteo, he has been insisting, when are you launching the school? SOS, I'm waiting, please, for years. And deservedly, because, you see, it's a principal with a vision to understand that I want my school to be this, because we are up to the task. When we are saying we're an SOS, but SOS is Ivy League. It's the Champions League of schools in our province. You must understand it as such, chair of the SGB. Champions League. Here, we want best of the best. We just had learners who just got off the stage. They were doing a music rendition here. We are going to launch them as an SOS as well. You can see they are showing it. Kore ke ba re bontsha hanyane fela or what is there in the school. So when we convert it to an SOS, it makes sense that this school is already on a path of being a high-performing school. School of Specialization are high-performance schools. You know, one of the schools this year, through our online admission, that got the most applications is an SOS school in Gauteng. It had 2,600 plus applicants because SOSs are high-performing schools. You know, parents must flock here to Nteo. They must flock here and say, we want our kids in this school because it's a high-performing school and it's demonstrated. So this is where you are now. To the audience, so that maybe just to give you a brief background of what are these SOSs, we outline them according to corridors within our Gauteng city region. The northern corridor, which is the Tshwane area, it's known for automotive, nuclear science, innovation. You know, there's the innovation hub in Tshwane, all the research centers, the CSIR is in Tshwane, and knowledge. So the schools of specialization that we set up in that area, they talk to the economic factors of the area. In the eastern corridors, the Emfuleni area, it's known for manufacturing, it's known for transport and logistics and aeronautics, the OR Tambo airport there, the Rand airport as well, and all the smaller airport that you find in the area in Nigel. That's the Emfuleni area. So we center, and logistics obviously, because you know that if you know the Kempton Park area, it's known for logistics hub, those companies, DSV, you see them, all of them. So we built those SOS schools. The concept is around to support the economic trajectory of the area. Together with the Western Corridor, which is the Western area, the West Rand is known as the West Rand. It's agro-processing, tourism, logistics, and archaeology. And the Southern Corridor, where we are now, is tourism, entertainment, agro-processing, logistics, and hydro industry. So this is how we factor in when we take a decision on SOS and which career path we want the schools to take. And then obviously we have the Central Corridor, which is the Joburg area, which is finance and services sector. So those schools of specialization are focused on that. We have math, science, and ICT. We have commerce and entrepreneurship that we are launching today. We have engineering. We have performance and creative art, like Khutlo Taro. Or triangle. Yes. Performance and creative arts. And then we have sports that we launched last week. So those are the 5 disciplines that we look at when we identify and launch our School of Specialization. Last week we launched Kanyali Sedi in Ratanda to focus on sports. And I had other great ideas, DDG, because we're not there. I want the sports School of Specializations to be boarding schools. That's ideally for me. So that we can really, if I say we're going to incorporate sports performance and academic, let's incubate the learners, like Rosina Sidiba. Let's incubate them and ensure that they do sports in the morning, they train, they go to class, we're able to monitor their performance, their growth and development. So there in Kanyali City, they've got an open space. So start writing business plans. And it will be done, colleagues, it will be done. It will be a boarding school. I was saying to one young person yesterday when I was doing a presentation, and says, yeah, you speak like this, you do this. Is it correct? Eh? Yeah, that. Don't undermine. So in translation, don't undermine what I'm saying. Don't undermine my power. When I'm saying something will happen, it will happen. So Kanyali said it will be a boarding school. Eventually, and all the other sports school of specialization, let's drive them towards that direction of having boarding schools. We are resolving problems. Remember, with this school of specialization, we are resolving societal problems. So with sports, we are resolving Bafana problems. We are resolving where we are losing everywhere. That's only fine. So we're also going to resolve Orlando Pirates' problem of losing 3 games in a row. We are fixing problems everywhere where there's a problem. So the SOS are a solution to the problems that we have in society. So today we are launching commerce and entrepreneurship. And their competitors, it's Pace and which other one? Osrand and Tembisa, yes. Oh yes, Osrand in Boxback. We launched Osrand in Boxback. Tembisa as well. So this is where Mr. Rampa, those are the schools that you'll be competing with going forward in the tourism and hospitality. In Tembisa, they even have a hotel room. They had a reception, went inside, they built a mock reception, and then they had a mock hotel room, 5-star, correct? 5-star mock with TV, with everything. One thing I say to teachers that it's not a bedroom. For them, it's for learners to learn how to fix the bed, how to clean for hospitality purposes, how to become a receptionist, and together with the cooking, they've got a good kitchen. So this is how far they went. And they had a good partner as well. Like you have a partner in the Riverside Sun, they had a partner with Empress. Also Empress has partners with the Tembisa SOS. So this is the level. You know, we're not saying we're taking our children to go and learn how to make up a bed. No, we are just showing them that there is a space and opportunity in everything. You know, case in point, you know this company, Huawei, how it started. That company started as a sales rep for a Hong Kong-based company. If you can go to Shenzhen, go to their hotel, the whole night they play the Huawei story, so I was there. So the whole night, okay. That's how they started. They were a sales rep. A company that side in Hong Kong, they take their IT, they were selling it. And when they were selling, the owner decided, no man, let me copy the technology. How do they build these things? So that I can set up a factory and build it myself and then sell them myself. And when the one in Hong Kong realized Huawei was growing, they cut the network, said, no, you are no longer going to sell our products. You know, because they were jealous that this company, this subsidiary, middleman, what do you call it, intermediary, is getting more money than me. That side, because they were inflating prices because of the demand, etc., etc. And then they set up, they knew how to build what they were selling. And when that company cut, they continued to sell. This time, it was their technology. They copied and they did it. And this is what we want. You know, when we speak about entrepreneurship, it's not always that you must start by coming up with an innovative idea. You can take somebody else. Actually, because there's tourism, I would urge my learners to travel more. As you travel, you learn more. You see more things. You see opportunity. I was in Japan 2010. There were toilet seats that were warmed with technology. They're still not here in this country. I'm very surprised. 13 years later, we don't even have those toilets. First time, when you go there in Japan, I was marveled. They press a button. Hey, this toilet is nice, man. It warms. How about our press? How warm? How chisa iba kulu? How twisisa? It's a proper thing. We don't have it here in 2023. It's not here. And that time there, it was just an old technology. I'm just giving an example that as you begin to enter the space of entrepreneurship, you travel, you see things, you bring the technology this side, you implement. And there's a need, especially for Africa. There was a BRICS summit now, and what I can tell you, BRICS affirms the centrality of South Africa in Africa. Our economic status and political status is always affirmed by BRICS. Forget everybody else. You know, so these technologies can come using the head office here in South Africa. Young people can expand to the rest of the continent. And there's a need. There's a huge need in our continent just to get 50% to where we are as a country. So there's big things that can be done within entrepreneurship. And this is what I want our children to know. You know, I was impressed with the globe, that the learners here, they say they've got the world in their palm of their hands, and which is true. They really do have the world in the palm of their hands. They just need to grab it and run with it. It's a very good initiative and good logo. Today is Winnie Mandela's birthday, and it's quite a coincidence that the learners were the Winnie Mandela year, which is quite impressive. I know that in Johannesburg there's a big, but look, change is inevitable, colleagues. Change is inevitable. We can't hold on. You know, we need to change. You know, we have to accept that there will be change. So William Nicole will be Winnie Madikizela Mandela from now on, which is long overdue. We used to have a lot of Voortrekker streets everywhere. You know, Voortrekker, Van Riebeck, Jan Smarts, all the schools everywhere, all the roads. It was, even here we have Voortrekker, I'm sure, here in the Val. Everywhere there's Voortrekker. There's Jan Smarts, there's except, so Paul Kruger, everywhere. And when this time it's a problem. They say it's against diverse unity, you are not uniting. Unity is change. How do you unite if we don't change our characters? We need a collective identity to say we are unity now. But we can't have separate identities and say we are united. Yes, we say unity in diversity, but there needs to be a unification point somewhere that brings us together as a nation. And these changes are necessary. And these learners really, the play, they did it very well. They didn't distort our history like some politician who was excited, he went to the funeral of the late Mangosuthu and said he was a man of peace. I nearly fell off my chairs. Keremara, I know that we want to be popular. We want to be voted, you know, we want to be loved, but must not be loved by lies. Yeah? And it's from here, by the way. Everton. Yeah, from Everton. And he lies there. And history has no blank pages. You must always remember, history has no blank pages. There's always going to be history and a referral point. And these learners here, they know their history. They've put it in stage and they put it in play. And what I can tell you, they will never forget that particular aspect. And this is what we want. If you know the Holocaust in Germany, the Jews make sure we never ever forget. They make sure that you never forget the Holocaust. But we are told to forget Buipato. We are told to forget all the massacres that have taken place and pretend it never happened. We are told we must be ashamed to celebrate June 16. We are not celebrating June 16. We are recognizing June 16. We are not celebrating the Sharpeville massacre. We are recognizing that it happened and it can't go down and forget. Because once you forget history, there's a potential of repeating itself. That's why the Jews remind us every year, even though we're not there, I mean, Africans were not there. We are not involved now. We're struggling our own thing and trying to get to shops and going to buses. There's no way we'd be in the Nazi era there. But they make sure never ever forget that aspect of history. And it will be a travesty if us as adults make our children to forget the history that brought us here today. It's very important. It's very, very, very important that we really, really protect and tell them that this is what happened, so that they can understand that their positioning in a nation is based on reality. We are celebrating Heritage Month. We are finishing off Heritage Month. And we don't want to, our Heritage Month is our cultural attire. On the 24th, we're done. And that's it. You know, and that is what defeats an identity. If we don't know, if our children don't know who they are, they can't position themselves in a family of nations that they are talking about in the preamble. How do they take their seat in that family of nations if they don't know who they are? The first thing they will ask them, who are you? They will struggle. They need to explain themselves from culturally and also explain themselves identity in the immediate collective community. That this is who I am and this is where I come from and this is who I represent. In that way, they also will have a cause. So let's make sure that we protect our history and we code it correct. We write it correctly, as it is. This has happened as it is. Families were attacked. It was a chaos in the Katoras area. I was young, Leonard Dulamola. We used to sleep babele mantras on the windows so that we can sleep at night. That's how we survived. You know, so that's history, we can't deny it. So our children must know it, that this is where we come from, but this is where we are. It also gives us an opportunity to appreciate what we've achieved as a nation. We are not perfect. I can tell you that much. We are not perfect, but we've done very well. We've done well as a nation. If we compare apples to apples, you need to compare South Africa with African countries. Now I think we're better than Zimbabwe. Or am I wrong? We're better than Zimbabwe. Eh? No, we must compare apples and apples. Eh? Mozambique. No, must be, let's start regional and be honest. Before you start saying you're comparing us to the UK, which has an advantage of many years of democratic dispensation and rule, and colonization and imperialism, everything. We can't compare that. We need to compare apples and apples. That as a nation, despite our challenges, and we've had difficult challenges, we have managed that to change leadership consistently. Countries have had 2 presidents in 30, 40 years. Countries have had 1 president in 40 years. Countries have had 1 president in Africa. I'm speaking about Africa, by the way. They've had 1 leader. After the leader moves, the country collapses. Countries have had coup. Military juntas coming in, taking over, looting, going. We have not had that challenge. We have had a democratic dispensation where society has been able to come out and call out when there's a problem. They've been able to come out and call out to say there's a problem of corruption with a state capture. So let's have this process of state capture and identify those culprits. Many didn't want it, by the way. Say, hey, you are hanging our dirty linen, but we had to. And it was there for the whole nation to see that these are the problems. Because there's no problems with government policy, by the way. Our government policies are the best. You know, our constitution is the best. It's anti anything that is social ill, anti-corruption, clear. All the institutions are there, but there are rotten apples inside, people who take advantage of situations and positions, from the political leadership down to the administration. Because sometimes people think politicians are corrupt. Politicians are not even near close to officials in supply chain. They know, DDJ, she knows my stance, that I want to vet all of them. Lifestyle audit, Kaufela, you know, when I say they must move from their position, and say, no, we're moving you to there, hey, it's a big struggle. Hey, Balwana, man, you have an official who's 64 years old, she doesn't want to retire, she doesn't want a promotion, she doesn't want anything, or he doesn't want anything. They are stuck there. Until time, I'm in a very lowly position where, with all the experience, to say, but why are you not going up? Why are you not being a director? Why not? They don't want. They're stuck in one position. They don't want to move because they know what they are doing there. So that's where the problems are. So we must pinpoint it, enter that space, and clean it up. That's the only way. But it's a journey. I like the Riverside rep when he says, the general manager says, it's a journey. You know, it's a journey. It takes time, but we are getting there. Eventually, we will get it right. You know, and we are getting it right. Slowly, we are arresting them. Some are being arrested. We had a problem in the department. In 2022, we had a big problem in the department with decontamination. We had a big problem. And we went in. We took assets of people who took money from the department. They had Range Rovers, all these big things, houses, bank accounts. We took them because that's our money that got in ill. And we are acting on the officials that were part of that process. So we are taking decisions to show and demonstrate that we are fixing our government. Government must have a friendly face. The Department of Education must have a friendly face. People must look forward to interact with us. People must believe that when I'm interacting with the department, I will get joy and I will get help and I will get proper service. When we speak about Batupili, it needs to be demonstrated by our own action every day. You know, so we are fixing our department, but all I'm saying is that the nation is on the right course. The renewal, it takes time, but the renewal happens. It will happen. Eventually, that's why I was saying to the learner, there's nothing wrong to have an ambition to be a future leader. So that when you develop, you also develop with the ethics that are required in those particular positions. Because we need ethical leaders. They need to, when they're ethical, will be able to also call out for those who are known for being unethical. You know, our nation, we've got popular people, very popular, but if you look at their history, it's very unethical. Some have collapsed provinces to a point where the province was unable to even provide medicine in hospitals. Schools didn't have books. Roads could not be built, things that were necessary. Social development could not provide food. But today they'll tell you they'll run a country. They'll run a country. I'm telling you that is a... But obviously, I'm not there for that. But all I'm saying is that we need ethical leadership. People who can come forward and say this is what they represent. Ethics, good principles, and having the mind and the heart in the right place. That's what we need from our leaders all the time. So with the Nteo, we know that we'll be getting that with our learners. The locals, schools such as this one for commerce, they say they're going to have a restaurant. It will be good that we support our children here. Councillor, the mayor's gone, but I told him, your next meeting in council, get catering from the school. Get catering from the school. Get the learners to go and service you. You want music? Here's music. You want entertainment? Let's go to our school. Let's begin to expose our children to this type, to the industry, to the sector, literally. Not in events like this, but literally that this is what you do. The learners, when they perform for us, let's pay them. Not papatali. We can't abuse our kids. They come, they sing for us. Reno Iago Skolong, principal. When I chairperson SGB treasurer la planela. No. Let's pay these kids for their work so that they can start having a proper ambition. They need to have a proper ambition that is practical. That if I go and sing today, get told something. And most of our kids come from disadvantaged backgrounds. And they've got all this talent, but we bring them to our schools and we use them. No. It stops. Rabapatala. When they cook in a catering, the municipality pays you, pay them something. Whether it's 50 rand, this is what you are going to get the best out of them, I can tell you. They'll actually look forward and even recommend. No, we can cook for you, Koskolo. There's a funeral. No, don't worry. We will do the catering. We can come and cook on Sunday or Saturday for you. Then you pay us. That's when we're giving them real life, practical experience. So let's do that. The SOSs, I want that. This is what we want. Real life, practical experience to be implemented and actually be felt by our learners. So I really look forward to the wow. I'm told there's a wow. Every SOS principal is in sharp. There must be a wow, something that says, okay, we are here. This is what represents Nteo. So I'm really looking forward to those particular, to that wow, so I can see that where are we going to the school. The mayor spoke about protecting the school, and I can't overemphasize the importance of protecting our schools. In fact, we need to, all our SOS, let's look into providing them with cameras, because let's protect the investment we are putting. These schools are not ordinary schools. We are putting a lot of money here. Principal, we are putting a lot of money here. So we need to protect our assets. But more than that, the community needs to protect the school. Let's protect the school, because it can't be that we build a fence and we allow somebody to take the fence. You know, sometimes you see videos, a person stealing from a school or vandalizing, the community whistling, you know, taking a video, some are clapping, with call 30 fences, you know, those things. Let's protect the school infrastructure, because when you do that, you are protecting the future of this community. You know, we don't know which learner is going to come out from here. You know, we don't know that we can have a Mutsepe here, Petrus Mutsepe, a future industrialist. We don't know. And it takes one incident to lose that child. And then we worry as a nation. It's the seed. Schools are seeds. Yeah, that's what he says to me. He says schools are seeds. So let's protect those seeds. We had a brief conversation about how the profession of late is being undermined. On the 5th of October, it's World Teachers' Day, correct? You know, I wonder, we should be doing something big. Because really we don't sometimes appreciate our teachers. We need to appreciate them more. We need to really appreciate them more. The teachers are doing the Lord's work. It's not a job that you do to be a millionaire. It's not a job that you do that you want to dream to drive a Ferrari. Here is a job that you do because you want to build a nation. You want to build a future. You know, you want to get to a point where when you see your former student doing well, you want to call them. I went to one school, when in my primary school. They wrote me a letter. They said they remember I was in that school. They said they must come back to the school. I'm going to go back. The teacher, they even brought pictures that I didn't know they were still there in primary. Yeah, because as teachers, and the principal is my former teacher as well. You know, so that's what we want. That's what teachers' education does. Educators, they produce so that you can also see that this is my contribution to society. That doctor there, that lawyer there, that pharmacist, that educator, that businessman, I was there when they were in school. I made sure that I developed them. So we don't appreciate teachers enough. And these are very, very important people. So as I conclude, let me recognize the SGB associations. I know they are here. Sorry. I apologize, you are recognized as well, the SGB associations. I saw some leaders of the provincial leadership of SGB associations. They're also here. They're a very, very critical body. And I must be honest with you, I'm waiting very patiently and anxiously for the Bella bill. I really want it to pass quickly. I know that some won't be happy, but I want it. The problem is it's good. It's a good step in the right direction, but it's late. It's resolving issues of the past, 7 years back. So we need to be more proactive as legislatures ourselves. That is on our doorstep. As legislatures, that we need to be more proactive. When we establish bills, we need to be quicker when we establish bills. The process takes too long. 2, 3, 4 years, it's too long. By that time, what you are resolving is no longer the big issue anymore. It's something else. So it's good. That's why I'm saying it's a step in the right direction, although it's a bit late. But I'm happy with the step. It will help us. We are dealing with admissions, admission pressure as a province because our system is growing. This year has grown with about 30,000. 30,000 more learners we have. So if you would calculate that, it's 30 more schools that we need, which we don't have, to accommodate the increase. We're still dealing with now the current pressure. We don't even have the infrastructure for what we have now. And then there's a need more. So there's a real big need for our infrastructure. So even schools, when we give you the self-built program, principal, once we give you that money, use it quickly. Avoid battles, chair. It's not a tender, this thing. You are just, get somebody to build us a classroom. It's not a tender so that people can chase each other and be something, no, it's not a tender. Tenders are at head office. If people want a tender, they must come to head office. That's where we are running tenders. Here, we want you to build a classroom. So build those classrooms so that we can increase our capacity. We want to build, is it 1,600 additional classroom space? Where's the infrastructure? It's 1,600, I think. Yes. Or 1,000. Yeah, but between the two numbers of 1,000 or 1,600 classroom spaces that we need. So we need to find spaces to build 1,000 classrooms to deal with the pressures that we have now. I was told, DDG, I found out yesterday that there's a school that is alternating in Swaneville, Ludirile. I didn't know, but the director knows Rajuli. We can't have schools that are still alternating now, colleagues. Please. Let's make sure that every learner is there. I know because once you alternate, it's a loss of learning time. I know that it's grade 8 and 9, but they're losing teaching and learning time. They're losing time. So let's address that. But it's because of infrastructure. That's why I'm bringing this point. It's not because of anything. There is no infrastructure for those learners. The school is sitting with over 2,000 learners, and there's no space. But we gave them money to build 10 classrooms. They have not built one. So if they build those 10 classrooms, and with a ratio of 1 to 40, 400 learners would be accommodated there. Easy. So we've got 400 learners who can't have space because the chairperson and the principal and the treasurer and the SGB, they're fighting for the self-build. And it's not a tendant. As a tendant into it. As a tender bahaitsu. More about anybody from the community who can build and say, I can build for you this school. Here's the plans, I can assist you to comply. And then rimlebuhe. We don't pay them. Ramlebuha. Relewa matsoa. That's what this self-build program talks to. So let's build a classroom capacity. Let's increase it. So with that said, let me just go to right to the end and declare Nteo Commerce and Entrepreneurship School of Specialization with a focus on tourism and hospitality officially launched. Thank you.
On my part, I have to say that I have been waiting for a day like this to come. Mr. Matome, I have been considering pursuing a career in politics. So because it came from you, now I know that I'm on the right path. So, ladies and gentlemen, standing in front of you, Her Excellency, Miss Future President Nteo SoS. But thank you very much for your unwavering support and dedication. Thank you. I'll now hand over to my co-program director.
Thank you, Honorable Nteo SoS. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for our MEC. I think if you did not have an idea or a clue of what is happening with the schools of specialization, now we have a sense. What we need from you is support and make sure that we encourage these young learners so that they can realize that there's life outside going to university and doing other things. We can still pursue other careers and make sure that you do well. And I'm hoping this school is going to embrace the opportunity, especially because they believe that entrepreneurship is the way to go and wanting to see as many entrepreneurs coming out of this school. And from us as educators, you can count on our support. We'll be there to support you. And I'm hoping that as we visit the stalls, there's something that we can buy. Because it starts now, today. If there's any goods that are there that are on display, definitely. Arkolotisi this time. Rapatala. So we're going to pay and make sure that we assist you to grow. With that said, I'm going to ask this group again to come forward and prepare themselves so that they can read another item. We're going to request the chairperson of the SGB to take the podium and do a vote of thanks and also include acknowledging other dignitaries and guests that are here that we might not have included and acknowledged, but also our partners and sponsors that have made this day a success. Over to you, Chairperson. While the Chairperson is preparing himself, please, all the teachers, prepare yourself for a group photo with the MEC and the leadership of the department and the partners that are here. So all the teachers and in fact, all the staff members, including the groundsmen, please get ready to come on stage so that we can have a group photo. With that, let's allow the Chairperson to do the vote of thanks. Baba.
Thank you, the program director, the two program directors. Thank you very much. But before I could start my vote of thanks, I would like to call upon Gift Keswa and Mem Tutang so that they can come to give us something for the MEC. Over to you. Thank you with that gift and Ms. Ntutang. You can see here at Nteo, we've got a potential MEC. First and foremost, to start, I would like to say thank you, MEC Matome, by gracing this occasion today. With your entire office, we say as SGP, thank you very much. And then we go to HOD, we say yes, thanks. Your presence we have felt because we have seen what was happening. It was all because of the HOD, the DTG. Thanks again with your team to be here at school. We say now we can see the fruits. We have launched officially. So with that, we say thank you very much. So now we continue. We go to the chief directors who are here. We say thank you very much to all of you by gracing this occasion. Moving forward, we go to our CDB West District. Chief Director, we say thank you, Mr. Maseko, with your entire team, because we have seen your presence. You have been pushing, saying to us, we need to launch. Thank you very much. Now, going to the second manager, Satirat. Yeah, we have seen your side. We have been knowing you, telling all the inspectors, the ITSOs, what to do and what not. But now, here at school, thanks being present, because what we have seen, you really pushed the staff so that they can see the importance of launching. Thank you, Sati, with that. Mr. Peter Rampa, thank you to you as an ITSO. Yeah, today we can say, wow, Nteo has officially launched. Again, when I go back, there were some other SOS champs who were present, the likes of Peter van Wyk, the likes of Caroline, and then at the district level, we can say thanks to the other people who were here, like Aaron Khatebe. Really, we have felt your presence because you wanted things to happen. Thanks for that. Before I can leave, I would just like to move on again to appreciate our partners who were with us. They've helped us a lot. We can start with Sandra. We can go again to River Sunside people and say thank you very much. Moving up and down with us as Nteo School. So with that, let me not forget the executive mayor of CDBM because he was the one, Mr. Ntsume, brought in Sandral to our school and then come to Emfuleni, executive mayor, Mr. Khatebe. Yes, we say thank you because we've been needing some other aspect of like trucks, the creators and the whatsoever that we can be helped with. He came to the party with the councillor, Mr. Njanya Pala. Thank you, sir, because you have made the launch to happen. Going back to VBF, that's Val Business Forum. We say thank you. I know some of them, they are with us in the midst. Thank you very much because you have shown that Nteo, it needs to launch, but now we were lacking funds, we were lacking support. Yes, with what you did, some of the things that you brought to us, they did help us a lot. Now, before I can let Ntobeko to read for me the letter of acknowledgement, I've got something in mind to say. Here at Nteo, you have heard the praisers. They've been praising Mr. Matome. Siyabulela! And then yonke into ihambe ngendlela. Kwangathi uMr. Matome ekubeni kwakhe angaba nako ukuthi asincede. Oh, uRampa andisathethi ngaye. Naye wenzile ukuba izinto zenzeke. Ndithi buyitiki Richard Rampa sithi aba sizawuhlala sikhona njenge SGP sithi ngxe. Oh, now we're gonna read the letter of acknowledgement. I was supposed to read it, but now my eyes are not with me. Over to you.
Okay. Mr. Matome Chiloane, MEC, the Mayor, MLPS Education Chairperson, the Councillor, Union Representative, Nehau, Neptosa, Natu, Kosatu Chairperson and Secretary, Satu Chairperson and Secretary, ANC Branch Chairperson and Secretary, GDE Agencies CEOs, DDGs, Chief Directors and District Directors, SOS Schools represented by principals, SGP chairperson and RCLs, schools on twinning program represented by principals and chairpersons of SGPs, principal and staff, learners, school SGPs. Thank you.
Thank you very much with that. Thanks everyone who's been present, especially the stakeholders, parents, and other business forum people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stalo. Sethemba umlayezo we-self-build utholile ngisho. Mawuyithola le mali sheshise ngoba le mpumbi iyavalwa. Mawungayisebenzisi le mali izovalwa. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point we want to sign off, me and Ntokozo, and we want to thank you for being such a wonderful audience and keep on being behaved. What is going to happen, we're going to give you one more item. And whilst we invite the staff of the school to come and have a group photo with the MEC, from there we'll allow the MEC to step out. Then we'll be starting with our visits to the different stalls that have been set up outside. But please, let's allow the MEC and the entourage to be in those stalls. We will get our turn as they move from one stall to another. We'll get an opportunity to do that ourselves as well. With that, over to the group. What's the group?
Utlotaro Jazz Band.
Utlotaro Jazz Masters.
Jazz Band.
Jazz Band. Oh, over to you. The staff, come forward, please. Yeah.
I'm saying that this is me. I'm giving you my love. Love, I'm saying that this is me. I'm giving you my love. Love, I'm saying this is really me. I'm giving you my love, saying this is really me. I'm giving you my love. Voices in my dreams telling me where I should go, saying over here is where I wanna be. These melodies in me, yeah, are saying this is who I am. Ndingabayintoni na ngaphandle kwakho mina. There ain't no way to show you. There ain't no way to show you. To show you nanzochigizinto galomkulo mino. When you smile, when you dance, when you look into my eyes, nanzochigizinto galomkulo mino. Naba bendibuza ngabufuna ntoni na zonke bathi ndenzani ndizihlekisa ngabantu naba bendibuza bathu sokwenzani na dilapha ndenza indima yam njengabantu besiphiwa. So I'm saying this is me, so please just let it be. I'm giving you my love, I need your attention. I'm saying this is me, so please just let it be. My love, I need your attention, yeah. Saying this is me, yeah. Please just let it be. I'm giving you my love. Ain't no way to show you, show you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. There ain't no way to show you. Nazo jigi sinto, galom tulo milo. Onita famba moye, famba moye, famba moye. Onita famba moye, famba moye, famba moye. Onita famba moye, famba moye, famba moye. Nita famba moye, onita famba moye, famba moye. So I'm saying that this is me. I'm giving you my love, love. I'm saying that this is me. I'm giving you my love. Thank you. Thank you. Samborera, 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 samborera. Sukundi moshele klesha, sukundi moshele klesha. Sukundi moshele klesha, sukundi moshele klesha. Ondiyamba mna sukundi nganda, ondiyamba mna sukundi nganda, ondiyamba mna sukundi nganda, ondiyamba mna sukundi nganda. Sendivile, ditikiwe, sendivile, sendivile, ditikiwe, sendivile, sendivile, ditikiwe, sendivile, sendivile, ditikiwe, sendivile. Sukundi moshele klesha, sukundi moshele klesha. Sukundi moshele klesha, sukundi valele tela, sukundi moshela wena. You send it to Givendi Ambamna, sukundi nganda. On the Ambamna, sukundi nganda. ondiyahamba mna sukundinqanda ondiyahamba mna sukundinqanda sendivile nditikiwe sendivile sendivile nditikiwe sendivile sendivile nditikiwe sendivile sendivile nditikiwe sendivile oh oh yeah 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 ixesha sukundimoshela ixesha sukundimoshela ixesha sukundivalela indlela sukundimoshela wena you senditikiwe sendivile nditikiwe sendivile sendivile nditikiwe sendivile sendivile nditikiwe sendivile sendivile nditikiwe sendivile oh oh xesha xesha 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 oh oh yeah oh hey da 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 zare zabare Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Ka, betul lah.